All right, so we are going to do adding and subtracting and multiplying our square roots now. So in order to add and subtract, you have to have like terms. We've talked about like terms before when you're adding like 3x and 5x. They have to be the same. It's the same thing with these. Do you see how that one's 24 and that one's 54? And how those aren't the same number? Okay, so what you're gonna have to do is split them. It's the exact same thing that we've been doing. You're just gonna have to do it twice. All right, so you're gonna draw two little houses and then a plus sign and then two little houses. We're gonna have to do two problems. So I'm gonna share my screen, go over here to the calculator, type 24 divided by x. And we'll find a number off of our squares list that's on there. So do you see a number from the squares list? Or you might not even need a calculator for 24 because that's a pretty small number, but do you see a number on there that's gonna work? It'll be 4. All right. So what goes in the other one? It'll be 4 times what gives you, you're good, 24. 6, good. And then we're gonna do the exact same thing for 54. So let me type this in again, change it to a 54. And again, you're looking for a number on the square roots list. So that first list I have on the board. So do you see a number up there that's going to go into 54? It's not 27. 27 is on the cubes list. We want on the squares list. 9. Do you see 9 up there? What's next to 9?
Oh, these aren't 9.
6. 9 and 6.
Oh.
All right, so we got 9 times 6. And then you're going to reduce those. What is your square root of 4? 2. So you get 2 square root of 6 plus, and then what's your square root of 9? 3. So 3 square root of 6. And oh my gosh, do you see how now they're both 6?
Yeah.
Now you can add them together because they're like terms. So 2 of something plus 3 of something gives you 5 of that something. It's exactly like adding 2x plus 3x and getting 5x. It's just square root of 6 instead. So you're going to simplify them down and then you can add them together. Oh, so I guess I should have written that on this line. I didn't see there was a spot for that, but 5 square root of 6 is your answer. Sorry, question, go ahead. Or, oh, okay, that I can't help you with. All right. So we may pick and choose which ones of these we're going to do. I don't know that we'll need to necessarily do them all, but and you just need to do enough until you understand what's going on. So look at this one. Do you see how they're both the same? You can just go ahead and subtract them. 3 square root of 6 minus 4 square root of 6. Well, what does 3 minus 4 give you? -1. You get -1 square root of 6. That's literally it. You're just combining like terms. This one's the same. See how they're both square root of 7? You can just go ahead and put them together. -3 plus 4. 1. So 1 square root of 7. And you don't actually even need to write it if it's 1. Oh no, look at this one. Do you see how they're not the same? That means we're going to need to simplify. Now 3 is too small of a number to simplify, so you're going to just leave it alone, which is great because that's no work, right? We love no work, right? Plus, now that 3 is kind of just there. Just leave it. Draw your 2 little houses. I'm going to see if we can do this one without a calculator. Perfect. Before I could even ask, it'll be 3 times 9. And what I usually do in this case is tell people to either erase, or if you're writing with pen, just scratch it out so you don't have to write the whole thing over again. I'm not telling you to be lazy. When you write things over and over again, it's more likely you'll copy something wrong and do a copy error. So we're going to just erase. What is your square root of 9? Is 3. So I'm going to erase that and just put a 3 there. There are a lot of 3s in this problem, which is kind of weird. Ooh. So we have -2 square root of 3 plus, and then you just multiply these together. So 3 times 3 is 9 square root of 3. And now you can combine them together. I'm just going to throw the question out there. What do you think it'll be?
Negative.
Well, it's -2 plus 9.
7 3.
Yeah, good. So 7 square root of 3. Perfect. All right, let's just try a couple more. So when you look at this one, 6 is too small of a number to do anything with. So you're just going to leave it alone. Like it won't split. So just leave it alone. 2, and then draw your two little houses. So you need to come up with two numbers that multiply to be 24. Good, 4 times 6. And again, I want you to just either scratch it out or erase so you don't have to write the whole line over again. I guess you could if you want to. I just don't want you to do a copy error. So erase that. What is your square root of 4? Good, perfect. You have good number sense. Yeah. Like you know stuff. And you're writing this down and you're listening to me. It's fantastic. All right, so this is 2 square root of 6 minus, and then you just multiply those together. 2 times 2 is 4 square root of 6. And then now do you see how they're the same? Now you can put them together. What is that going to give you when you subtract? 2 minus 4. Negative 2 square root of 6. We'll just do one more of these. Again, they all kind of turn out the same. All right, so this one. 6 is too small of a number to do anything with. It's not going to split, so just leave it. All right, plus 3. The 3 is kind of just there. Draw your two little houses. I feel like we did 54 already, but I'll go ahead and type it. It might actually still, oh yeah, 54. I've still got it in here. Find a number on the squares list in there, not the cubes, because I know 27's on there. That's a cube. We don't want that. We want a square that's on there. Good. 9 is right there. 9 times 6. And then I would want you to just either scratch it out or erase. What is your square root of 9? It's 3. Good. I'm just trying to save you some work from having to write it over again and do a copy error. All right, so that's going to give you 2 square root of 6 plus what? Good. 3 times 3 is 9. Square root of 6. And now they're the same, so you can add them together. Perfect. Oh my gosh, do you see how many you guys are quiet and listen to me? Everybody knows what's going on. All right, go ahead and flip over. I think the ones in the back are the cubes. It's the exact same process. It's just we're going to use our list of cubes. So when you look at this one, do you see how they're both 3? Like they're the same? Then you can just go ahead and put them together. You don't have to do any work. They're the same. All right. So negative 5 plus 9. The 4 cube root of 3. It was already the same, so you didn't have to do any work there. For this one, do you see how that one's 32 and that one's 108? Those are not the same. So we're going to have to actually do work for this. Okay. So bring down your 2, kind of start way over to the side. This one's going to get sort of long this way. Draw your 2 little houses, and they have to have the little 3s out front because it's a cube root. So draw your 2 little houses, and I'll type the 32 in the calculator for us. Which list are we looking at now, though? Good, the cube, perfect. Oh, gosh, you're on top of this. All right, 32 over x. Oh, shoot, never done that before. All right, so you're looking for a number on the cubes list that's on there. So that second list down there that I have on the board.
30, no, 6, no. Is that 54 or 64? I don't see one.
Well, on the board, it's a 64, but 64 won't go into 32.
That's not a 6. Oh, it's a 6 point.
Oh, right here, that's a 6.4. How about you look right above that? 8, there we go. 8 times 4, perfect. All right, so you got 8 and you got 4. Minus, now we're gonna do the exact same thing with this one. This is not, like, here's my pep talk. It's not any harder, it's just a little bit more work. You can't be scared of doing work, all right? So you're gonna have that 8 there, draw your 2 little houses. I told you it was gonna be long, you have to write kind of small. And I'll type 108 into the calculator. And we'll try and find, well, you need to look at the cubes list. 12 does go into 108. Do you have good number sense? All right, so you need to find a number from the
Found
cube.
it.
Oh, okay, what is it? Good, right there, 27 and then 4. We shouldn't be shocked that it's 4 because do you see how this one was a 4? Like they're gonna come out to be the same. Now, once again, my suggestion is erase. What is your cube root of 8? Does anyone know that one? If not, I'll type it in, but cube root of 8 is 2. Good, perfect. It's 2. 2 times 2 times 2 gives you 8. And then what is your cube root of 27?
Three.
Good, perfect, 3. If you didn't know those, CBRT, type it in the calculator. I was just trying to not have to go between the screens again. All right, and then what? I'm gonna just try and ask you, what is this gonna give you? Good, 4 cube root of 4 minus, and 8 times 3? Close? Good, 24 cube root of 4. And then you can put them together because they are now both 4. So 4 minus 24, it would be good, negative 20 cube root of 4. I'm gonna leave this one. I'll put the answer up there. It's the exact same thing, but you'd have to do 3 of them. It's like you'd have to write super tiny because it's not gonna fit. It's the exact same process. It's not new information, all right? And then the last topic is multiply, all right? So you're gonna multiply the numbers that are outside of the roots, multiply the numbers that are inside of the roots, and then simplify if you need to. So for this one, hey guys, what's 5 times 10? 50, perfect. That is a big enough number that you can split it apart. So draw your 2 houses. Good, before I can even say it, it's 25 and 2. Gosh, you guys have got it perfect. This is gonna be so good. All right, what is your square root of 25? 5. Square root of 2 is your answer. All right, let's try it again.
30.
Good, that would be 36. Now, you don't need to split that one because it just works. These are the ones that have been throwing people off, is like when it already worked. You don't have to do any work. What's your square root of 36? 6. That's the answer, that's it. Bless you. All right, for this one, do you see how there's a negative 4 outside of the square root? It's kind of just there. Like, I don't have a better explanation than that. It's just there. So put negative 4, and then you're gonna multiply 5 times 20. Which, oh, good. Nice. I thought I was gonna have to tell you guys that one. Now, again, like the one we just did, you don't have to split 100 because it just works. What is your square root of, good. My gosh, you guys know how to multiply. It's fantastic. And do square root. All right, and then what's the final answer? Yep, negative 40. Perfect. This is going good. You guys are being awesome today. Gold star for everybody. All right, here, we're gonna multiply the numbers outside. Negative 4 times negative 3, good, is positive 12. So just multiply those numbers together. And then inside the root, you're gonna do 15 times 3, which is 45. Nice job.
Hey, really?
So you're gonna keep the 12. Draw your 2 little houses. And do we need the calculator for this one? For 45, you need numbers that multiply to be 45. But one of them's got to be on that perfect. Good, it is 9 and 5. Let me just show everybody since I came over here anyway. There, right there, 9 times 5. And again, my suggestion is just erase. If you don't want to and you want to rewrite the whole thing or you're writing with pen, that's fine. But what is your square root of 9? Because that's like the whole point. Good, that's 3.
36.
And then, good, oh my God. 12, you guys are pressing the heck out of me. 36, 12 times 3, and then square root of 5. And then we're just going to do these 2 that are cube roots instead of square roots, but the process is not any different. You're going to multiply them together, and you just have to put that little 3 out front. Does anyone know 12 times 6?
50. Or
You might not have that one memorized.
72. Or 60. Wait, don't.
It is 72. Good job. 12 times 6, 72. And then we're gonna draw our 2 little houses. Yeah, you guys are on top of this, like you've got it. All right, so I'm gonna type in 72 divide X, but which list are you looking at this time? Yeah, you're looking at the cubes list. So you gotta find a number on that. You see, like 36 is there, but that's a square root, not a cube root. So good, 8. Do you see 8 on there? It's kind of close to the bottom. 8 times 9, good. I would put the 8 first because I like to put the one that works first. All right, so 8 times 9. And then what is your cube root of 8? Because remember, the reason you picked that is because it'll work. Good. Oh my gosh, 2 cube root of 9. That's why you guys won that game we played last time. Do you remember that? The unfair game? I used the random number generator.
Oh, yeah.
You guys won that because you listened to me and paid attention. All right, which two numbers are we gonna multiply together first? Good. 5 times -2 is -10. Put a cube root. And then you're gonna do 4 times 8, which is 32. Dude, you guys know your times tables. All right, the -10 is kind of just there. Draw your two little houses. You kind of, again, my pep talk is you kind of just can't be scared of doing a little bit of writing. You can't do these problems in your head. You have to write it down. So for 32,
16, 8, and 4.
it would be 8 and 4, which is actually what it just was. That was kind of pointless to put it together and then split it back apart. What is your cube root of 8? Because again, good, you guys are starting to know those as well. That's 2. And then your final answer. Great, multiply those, -20 cube root of 4.